Hi, welcome to Sabbath School Daily, where we have been studying from this lesson right here, God's mission, my mission. This week we're studying from lesson number 13, which has the title, The End of God's Mission, and today is Monday's lesson, which has the title, The Three Angels' Messages and Mission. Perhaps the most important doctrine that we'll find in the Bible is the doctrine of the Great Controversy, or the cosmovision of the Great Controversy. And the reason why this would be considered the most important is because by it, you'll understand everything else, all the way from the doctrine of salvation, to the doctrine of the Bible, to the doctrine of mankind, to the doctrine of sin, to the doctrine of the sanctuary. All of these beliefs, they stem and they are found inside the Great Controversy motif, which really tells us what happened in the beginning, what God is doing about it, and what the outcome is going to be. And at the center of this whole Great Controversy conversation is God's mission to restore things back to what they originally were. But you can't really have a mission without its message. After all, what kind of mission would you have if there's no purpose to the mission, if there's no explanation to it, no content to it? And the heart of that message is found in Revelation chapter 14, verse 6 through 12, with the three angels' messages. Truly, this is what distinguishes the Seventh-day Adventist Church from any other Christian denomination. This is the church that finds its core identity, its mission, and its message in prophetic revelation. Again, Revelation 14, 6 through 12. Look at what it says. Then I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach to those who dwell on the earth, to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people. It's a universal message, saying with a loud voice, "Fear God and give him glory, for the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him who made heaven and earth, the sea, and the springs of water." And the angel followed, saying, "Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication." Then a third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, "If anyone worships the beast and his image, and receives his mark on his forehead or on his hand, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out full strength into the cup of his indignation. He shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no rest day or night, who worship the beast and his image, and whoever receives the mark of his name." Remember what we talked about yesterday, quality versus quantity. We're not talking about quantitative torment, we're talking about qualitative torment. Their destruction is eternal. It has eternal ramifications. Now, verse 12 says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus." The lesson adds to this by saying, central to the mission, God's mission, is the message, God's message, the gospel. The message, in a real sense, is the mission. The world needs to be warned about what is coming upon it, and every person will be forced to make a choice either for life or for death. Friends, this is our core mission. It's to let people know of these three angel messages. We are called to proclaim that there is a false system of worship in this world, and that there is an enemy behind that false system that is doing everything he can do to drag as many people as he can along with him into destruction. There's a very real reason for that, a very personal reason for him. And we're not really going to go deep into that. Maybe that'll be a subject for a later time. But Satan is desperate. He knows that his time is short. He knows that he's a conquered foe, and he will do anything, everything he can do to take those souls with him, those people with him that he can. And so that's why we must not only fight for ourselves, not only pray to God to deliver us, to strengthen us day by day, but also pray for the Lord to send us out and to send people to us that we can help escape his clutches as well. The lesson mentions today that the three angels' messages form the core of what the Seventh-day Adventist Church has been called to proclaim throughout the world. Does that mean that we're perfect? Absolutely not. Does that mean that we're not going to make mistakes and that there won't be problems along the way? Again, absolutely not. But this is a group of people that find their origin, and you can read about that in Revelation chapter 10. We can talk about it some other time as well. And they have found their identity in that text and what is revealed throughout the book of Revelation. So as you study this lesson, this is perhaps one of the most important ones because it identifies this chosen generation, this royal priesthood called from the darkness to proclaim God's marvelous light. And that is you and me. That is anyone that desires to be included in that group. And so I pray that you are included, that you find your identity in this, and that then you accept this calling day by day to proclaim his message and to be a light unto this dark world in these end times. Study this a lot more. There's so much in here, friends. There was actually a lesson a few quarters ago that is all about the three angels' messages. It was actually the lesson that we studied in the second quarter of this year. We covered it here in Sabbath School Daily, so please go back, look at some of those lessons, look at what was said about the three angels' messages, and that will help you understand this subject a little bit better. So may the Lord bless you. Also, today is the 25th of December. Today is Christmas. And so if you celebrate Christmas, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas. If not, that's okay. I hope that you have a good end of this year. Obviously, we know that Jesus was not born on the 25th of December. Jesus was most likely born in March or April, but it is a good time of the year to remember everything that God has done for us. We're approaching the end of the year. We're going to be beginning a brand new year. And so arriving at the end, being able to celebrate everything that God has done for us, being able to celebrate the fact that God visited our world 2,000 years ago. He spent time with us. He showed us how to live. He died for our sins. He resurrected for us. He is ministering for us today. All of those things should be celebrated every day. But it's a good opportunity to share that with the people around us. Since they are already, hopefully, in that joyous mood, it's good for us to be able to share. It's a good time of the year when people will actually listen. And so, in any case, I didn't want to let the day finish, to let this video go without at least recognizing the day that it is. May the Lord bless you. Remember to look up the verses that are mentioned here, pray about them, think about them throughout your day, and please ask questions down below, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to our videos. We release one every day, and I hope to see you again here tomorrow for another Sabbath School Daily.